Good evening, folks. Welcome back to Celtic Fans TV. It's time for live, full-time reaction to Lille 2, Celtic 2 and France in tonight's Europa League clash. This is a live format. You can ask your questions in the live chat box below. You can ask super chats as well. Joining me tonight are Callum, and it's a Celtic Fans TV debut for Samir. Boys, that was a good game. For an entertainment point of view, it was a good game. Callum, we'll start with the first half. I thought early in the game, the first quarter, we didn't go gung-ho. We didn't go chasing Lille. We were happy to sit in and get through that first quarter. And I thought that gave us a really good footing in the game tonight.
Yes, definitely.
I think as you said, sorry, Samir.
Sorry, on you go, Callum.
On you go.
On you go.
Oh, I was going to say, I think it was the first 15-20 minutes was kind of old school. I think Celtic went back to, we've conceded far too many goals in the past week. So we, first of all, we set our stall out to be hard to beat rather than go for the game. That let us get into the game, get us a bit of a foothold. And we've spoke about it for so long on El Yunusi. He needs to try and step up in some of these bigger games, and we spoke about it. I think it was away in Lyon when he got the goal, when we wanted a big season. And in that first half, that's what you've seen. That is why he cost £16 million, because at times like that, it's just the inconsistency that he keeps showing. He needs to find a level of 80-90% every week, and it would be such a great player to have. But I think the first goal that he gets is superb. And we got into the game. As I says, we found our feet in the first 20 minutes, and then we started to grow a little bit, and then obviously we took our chances.
Aye, absolutely. Samir, even before the goal, I think the start of the second quarter, if you like, of that first half, we really came into our own. Ayeti had that great chance that he should maybe have done better with, and then he had another chance with the header, and you could feel like we were really building pressure before El Yunusi's opening goal. Yeah,
definitely, I agree. I reckon, if he just buried that chance, the first one, we could have really had a better foothold in the game. But as the game went on, we just looked more and more comfortable in that first half.
Yeah, Callum, and what a goal it is. Celtic takes a heavy touch at right back, and Ayeti's onto it. A lovely wee touch round the corner for Ayeti, who was brilliant all night tonight. I thought his hold-up play was really good. His link-up was brilliant. Flick round the corner for El Yunusi, and what a lovely finish.
It's such a great finish, and as you say, there's got to be. It actually starts from Laxall winning the ball from the goal kick. He, rather than just maybe heading out for a shy, he gets his foot in there, and then it goes down to the boy in midfield, I think, and then it comes. We press the ball, and Ayeti, a lovely little flick, sets him, and it actually kills the boy Celtic. It takes him out of the game. He can't get back, and then it leaves that space. Mo runs into it, and I mean, he just leaves the keeper standing, watching the ball go over his head, and it goes top bag. So it's a great finish from him.
Jack Wilson. Sorry, Samir, on you go, mate.
The keeper doesn't even move. He just stood there and all, man. The goal.
Yeah. Callum mentioned Dago Laxalt there, Samir. Jack Wilson saying looks a proper player. I thought he was excellent tonight. 6 out of 6 tackles in the first half. He won them all. So tenacious. I thought his standing tackling tonight was absolutely superb. He was all over the pitch. He ran himself into the ground. He looks like a great player.
Definitely. He doesn't even need to go to ground to try and defend. Any balls in, he just puts his arms behind his back and just blocks them or puts them out. Whatever. He's quality player.
Yeah, Callum, I thought we just grew and grew, and we go and get the second goal. I was thinking, can we hold on to the lead for 5-10 minutes? And we went and got another one. Again, it's brilliant. I think it comes for a Scott Bain goal kick. El Yunusi wins the first header. It comes into the centre of the pitch. Ayeti's link-up's brilliant again, out to Frimpong, who I've been caning for weeks about this final ball. And he gets his head up and he picks out a lovely pass in for El Yunusi. And the thing I love about the goal, even though it's a brilliant finish, is El Yunusi's movement, because he reads that Frimpong has looked up, and he makes that opposite movement into the edge of the box, and it's a brilliant finish again.
Aye, it's superb, and as you said, the movement is even better from Mo. Everybody in the back line actually takes a step towards the goalkeeper, and he actually comes out and meets the ball, and you don't even need to put much power on it. You just need to make contact, and the amount of pace that Frimpong's managed to get on it, I mean, it just speaks for itself. It goes right away for the goalkeeper, right into the corner, and at that point, I'm thinking, game's won. It's done and dusted already, and I was shocked, to be fair, but aye, superb goal.
It was a great start for us, Samir. That's the kind of performance we've been looking for from El Yunusi, isn't it?
Yeah, definitely, I agree. Sometimes he goes missing in a lot of big games, but tonight he really turned up. That goal, like Callum said, all it needed was just someone to guide it into the net, and that's exactly what he done. It was a perfect finish.
It was almost a carbon copy of his goal against Riga, wasn't it, in the qualifier? Very similar.
It actually was.
Callum, that second quarter of the first half was just crazy. We went 2-0 up, and you're thinking, okay, get to half time now. And it was just pressure from Lille. Duffy gives away the penalty. To be fair to him, it's outside the box, innit? It's not a penalty, but it is a rash challenge, and I don't think he needs to make it.
Nah, see, I don't know. I think the boys kind of went down a little bit soft. He has made contact, right? He has, but I mean, the boy made more of it than what he had to. But for the referee just to point straight away at the penalty, not even look at his linesman that should be on line with that and seeing that. He's gave the penalty straight away, and I think we all knew as soon as he goes in for the tackle, we knew that a foul was coming. And we actually, well, me personally, I felt as if it was going to be given as a penalty, but I knew that it was outside the box. And justice was served with Scott Bain, who steps up and saves Duffy.
Somebody asking in the comments what happened to VAR tonight. VAR's not been used in the Europa League group stages, so I think if it was in play tonight, I don't think we'd end up facing that penalty. But Samir, it was a good save for Scott Bain, and it was so important for us to win 2-0 at half time.
At that point, I think we were really holding on to go into half time at 2-0. And that again, like Callum said, it was justice served, because that, I think, if like you said, if VR was in this game, then we would definitely, it wouldn't have been a penalty.
Bain amazing for the penalty, Callum, and then a couple of minutes later he drops that cross, and you're fearing the worst, and it clips the bar, the shot for the defender, and goes over.
I mean, I'm praising him as well. Tim Ogban, saying that's why Bain should be in goals, and I'm like, aye, and then he goes and does that, and I'm running down the stairs telling him, there you go. I mean, it's just, I don't know if the rush, blood's went to his head, and he's just panicked and he's went for it, but he comes such a far distance to try and get the ball, and I'm like, just stay in your goal, let your defenders clear the line. But we got away with one there, to be fair.
There was bodies in front of him, but he's got to collect that one, Samir, hasn't he?
Definitely, I reckon that one, if that was going in, then it would have been really tough. I think it would have been tough on us going in at 2-1 at half time.
But we did go in 2-0, and that was the best chance of giving us a real chance to go on and win the game, Callum. But you know that Lille are going to throw everything at us in the second half. You knew it was coming. They brought all the big players off the bench, but I just felt like that opening 15-20 minutes of the second half, we just couldn't keep the ball at all. I thought at spells in the first half, particularly in that second quarter that I talked about, we were good in the ball and we looked a threat and we could keep it. But the start of the second half, we just could not get out. It was wave after wave.
I felt like times we invited pressure needlessly. There was moments in time where people like Cham had the ball and he's trying to beat 3-4 players. Do the easy things in football and it will get you through games. And that, after the first maybe 10-15 minutes, I thought, right, we've not conceded. Let a goal in the early 15 minutes, because that can really make or break your game. If Celtic were to concede in the first 5 or 10 from the second half, then you're in trouble. So we held Lille out, but we done some silly things. I thought we shot ourselves in the foot at times with some of the way we played. We panicked. It was like we were playing like an elite club, and maybe like Barcelona at the new camp, and it was just rash. A lot of it was rash at times. And I don't know how I feel about the game, because Lille are a very good side. We're the first team to score 2 against them. They've got the best defensive record in the French league, so it's a bit harsh maybe to criticise the team. But from a 2-0 advantage, I feel as if we should be holding that out. We're good enough to hold off a team like Lille. Maybe not right now in the current form that we're showing, but to get a 2-0 lead, for me, it's I don't know how I look upon it. It's kind of throwing it away. But then if you were offering me a point before this game, I would have bit your hand.
Bit your hand off me. Absolutely. I think Lille underestimated us a wee bit in the first half. They rested a lot of big players tonight. They rested Jose Font, who is, I think he's their captain at centre half, and they've never conceded 2 goals all season, and they conceded 2 tonight, and we could have scored more, to be fair. So I think they did underestimate us a bit in that first half. But we looked vulnerable for set pieces all night, Samir, and that was our undoing for Lille's first goal.
That's it. I reckon if we could have defended the set pieces a lot better, we would have had a better chance of going up the park. But we just couldn't get the ball out of our side, out of our half, that second half. Just could not make the right pass to get up the park at all, and I think it just came to bite us.
Callum, it got us eventually. Christie, who was good, I thought, tonight. He worked hard, done a lot of diligent defensive work, but he's off after that flick for the corner. He's just ball watching, and Celtic gets in behind him.
Aye, and it's do you know, it's such a bugbear right now at Celtic. We're conceding far too many goals at set pieces. It's happening far too often.
Conceding far too many goals, period, mate.
Aye, and do you know, it's for all the goals that we've conceded over the past week against Rangers and Milan. They're such silly goals to lose. They're not even like cutting us open and going, do you know what? Good goal. We can't do much about it. They're horrible goals to concede. And I don't know, because Lennon keeps saying that we'll improve, but right now the defence doesn't look like it's improving. And now with the injury to maybe Ayer, I don't know how long that will be, but that is not going to help us, because once he came off, the game really changed. And Lille put us under even more pressure. I didn't think Beaton done too much wrong, but we definitely missed Ayer in there. But from the goal, the ball gets whipped in. We missed the first header, and then we don't react. We just stand and watch. And when you stand and watch at this level, you'll be punished. It doesn't matter if it's Sparta Prague or if it's Lille, they'll punish you if you just stand and watch. And I thought Christie was good as well, Paul, but he just stands and he actually looks over his right shoulder and sees the boy Celtic walk by him. And I don't know, maybe me being critical, but I feel Bain should maybe get that ball out. I don't think he done himself too many favours in there, but maybe that's me being harsh, but I think he should probably save it.
It's hard because it comes at him for such a short distance, and I think the route of the goal is Christie ball watching. I think if he keeps an eye on his man over his shoulder, rather than looking at the ball, I think we'd have been able to stop it. Samir, I thought after that we need to cling on, but we went right up the park and made another great chance. Edouard, I think, linked up well Yunusi, and he was in and goal, and he overran it. I don't know why after scoring that goal in the first half, he should just have took the shot on the edge of the box, but he tried to keep dribbling it, and he just overran it.
He just completely overplayed it. He should have just took the chance at the edge of the box, like you said. I think if he scores that, then that's it. I think that gives us a real good chance to go on and win the game. But just like I said, he just overplayed it, and it just ended up going too far away.
Aye, Callum, again, we did have chances in the second half. We had chances on the break, absolutely. So many, in fact, if not glaring chances, we had openings that we could maybe made more of. But generally, I mean, it was wave after wave for Lille for the rest of that second half, up until they got the second goal, really. The second goal's frustrating because the first cross comes in and it goes out to the right-hand side, and McGregor goes out to try and close the cross down, and I don't know if he could do better, McGregor, in terms of stopping the cross, but it bobbles into the box, and then I think Yazici has a swing at it, and it bobbles to Ekone, deflected, and it was just a frustrating goal.
It just, do you know, Hank, Paul, it just sums up our defending right now in this period that we're having bad results in. As you say, there's so many chances to clear that ball. There's so many, and then even when Duffy throws himself towards the ball, it then takes it away for Scott Bain, rather than maybe just staying up. It might just hit him, and then it might go back out the box, but he goes down. But it's such a scrappy goal, and let's be honest, we all knew it was coming. We could all see. I felt Lennon, even though he made the two changes, Beaton was he had to make that. And Yet he had ran his socks off. So they two were more forced on him. But I felt that he should have made a sub, maybe taking Cham off. I felt that the longer the game on, he went more quieter. There was a moment where he could have played like the ball to Ryan Christie on the counter when it was 2-each. There was wee moments in that where I just felt he should have been taken off. Maybe Turnbull with fresh legs, a box to box that can help the striker but also get back. Somebody like that, I don't think he made the change quick enough. And once it went 2-each, I thought, right, we really do need to make changes, or the third one's going to come here. So it is a frustrating goal to lose, but at the same time, as you said, I think we had more than enough chances to go and win that game.
Aye, I think we did. Looking back at it, we've seen Sorrell come on, Samir. We've not seen a lot of him. He came on for Scott Brown. He had a really cynical. It was a good foul actually to give away. I'm surprised he didn't get booked for it. But what did you make of the changes that we made in that period of the game? As I say, I think our best spell in the second half was after Lille equalised.
Yeah, I think the changes were a bit reactionary to this. I was hoping that he would have made the change a little bit earlier, brought somebody like Turnbull or even Rogic on at that point, and that would have probably given us a better chance to try and create something, because we were crying out for a creative spark at that point. But just it didn't come because we were just sat back, 11 men behind the ball, and nobody was really making anything happen. And then once they scored, we make some changes and we try and get a wee bit of a foothold in the game, like you said. But I reckon if we made the change a little bit earlier, we probably had a little bit better chance to get at least a shot on target.
Callum, where do you think this puts us now in terms of the context of the group? It's a good point. I think the context is that it's going to be between us and Lille for second place. Milan won again tonight. So do you think that's a good point in terms of qualifying, and do we need to go and get 6 points off of Prague now?
Oh, aye, 6. If there's any real ambition of getting out of this group, we need 6 points, a win home and away. And it's good because we start off at home in our next game. That will give us a chance to go to 4 points, and it gives us a feel on Sparta. We get to know how their system is, how they play. And I also think that the Czech Republic's actually in a full lockdown. They're now in the Czech Republican League. Is at a halt. So they're not playing any games apart from European games. So there's no reason why we can't go away and get 3 points in Prague, because you look at our away form, it's been really, really good. I think the only game we lost was Cluj, when we had already topped the group. Was that last year?
Yeah,
it was last year. Aye,
it was a dead rubber at the end.
Lost that game. So we went away and won in Lazio and got a point in Rennes. So for me, there needs to be 6 points. Let's hope that Milan can beat Lille over both games, and then it also means that when we play Milan, that they might play a weakened squad, because they'll already have topped the group by that point. So you never know. So things could go in our favour. So it is a good point tonight, and at least it gets us on the board and it gets us starting, because I think before tonight a lot of fans were maybe sceptical of even getting a point. So getting out with a point is actually quite a good result.
Aye, definitely. I think it is. Samir, do you think going into these games against Sparta Prague, we can really try and take a hold of the group and move up into second place?
I think it's very important that we get 6 points out of these 2 games, because these are the 2 games that are going to decide whether we qualify or not. It's going to be tough against Milan away, whether they've topped the group or not. Going to the San Siro is never easy. I think the game against Lille at home is going to be a tough one as well. So it's important that
we've looked better away from home, haven't we? Our record's even better away from home recently as well.
Yeah, our home form has been great, even in the league or even in Europe. But I reckon if we can get 6 points out of those 2 games, it gives a good chance.
Yeah, Callum, what that we did well tonight, can we take into Sunday against Aberdeen? What do you think we done that we've not been doing in recent weeks?
The first half we done well was the basics, and then the second half that went out the window. So it was a game of 2 halves. But the thing that you can take for this game is that we've played a top side. Probably the hardest team that was in that. I think they were in pot 2 Lille. So it was the hardest team that we probably could have got out that. They're flying in the
four.
French league. Pot four,
Pot
sorry.
four,
Aye. I mean, so it was a solid team to get. Flying in the French league, only team still not to be beat in the French league. First team to score 2 goals against them. They've got the best defensive record. I know they made changes, but they still have a quality side. They've got a £30 million striker up front that didn't really cause us any problems at all. So there is a lot of positives to take from it. But some fans are, maybe like myself as well, is a bit frustrated that it's not 3 points and it's just the 1. But maybe that's just the mindset of that we want to win to any game, and you want to win any game. And I feel that we can win any game when we're on our form. In the first half, we were there, and the chance you spoke about with Edouard and El Younousi, that chance is so key to this game. If that goes in, we're talking about a win here, and what a great win it would have been. And that's 3 points up the road, happy days. So there is a lot of positives. And up against Aberdeen, they're not going to be as strong as Lille. So we can go into that game. We know we've just came up against Aberdeen. We need to tighten up at the back. Don't make so many mistakes, and it should be another win on Sunday. It should be what.
Hopefully. Samir, who's your man of the match tonight?
It has to be El Younousi for his first half performance and his 2 goals. I feel like just overall his work rate was really good, but then I feel like Christie also played well. Like you said, he was defensive, he was good, he was covering all the whole pitch. But you always get that out of him. You always get hard work out of him, and I think he was close as well. But El Younousi has to be for me.
Callum, who's your man of the match?
I'm going to go Diego Laxalt. I thought he was superb. For somebody that's just came in and he's had a hard time at it as well, by coming into Celtic and losing 3 games. Losing 2 and drawing 1. It's not been a great start, but I thought he was such a catalyst for us. He really took that left side. He was good. 6 crosses, as you said. He made blocks, stopping crosses coming in. He was up and down that line all that time, and he was just like a mirror image of Frimpong. We've been crying out for Greg Taylor to get by the halfway line. Never mind cross a ball in. Laxalt gives you everything that Frimpong gives you. So I thought he was superb tonight. So I'm going to give it to him, even though it's a bit harsh now, but he get 2 goals. I just think Laxalt's performance going forward and going back the way was brilliant from him.
Yeah, I can't split El Younousi and Laxalt. I thought Laxalt was absolutely superb tonight. But you can't take anything away from El Younousi because he was brilliant. I thought he worked really hard as well. Aside for the 2 goals, which were excellent, I thought he worked really hard late in the game as well. I think we've got to see more of that from him now. I've been talking about how he's been doing recently, but if he can perform like that domestically, what a player we've got. That's all we've got time for tonight. Like the video, comment your own thoughts below. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll see you shortly for Twitter reactions. Cheers.